Steven has a neck, the internet's never gonna let it go, so become part of the Neck Gang. Designed by Nikki, the imaginative artist. And yes, purchasing will help support her as she does get a cut. Join the Neck Gang today, and check out some of our other designs. Link in the description. Welcome back to Crystal Clear, I'm Vox, and the Multiverse. Alternate realities have always been an amazing and really fun concept to me. Taking a look at a franchise and altering a fundamental component of what makes it its own thing. It's only natural fans would develop so many wonderful alternate universes, or AUs, for Steven Universe. There have been gender swaps, mom swaps, swaps where the gems are humans and the humans are gems. You name it! However, my favorite of the bunch are Diamond AUs. Specifically changing Steven's mother to be another member of the Diamond Authority in place of Pink Diamond. And that's what we're going to explore today. What if Steven's mother was Yellow Diamond, or Blue Diamond, or White Diamond? How could this alter the events of the series? Steven's own personality, his hobbies, the way he ticks. Now, I don't really look into these AUs beyond fan art on social media, so I would just rather focus on how Steven would behave differently depending on who his mother was. Pink and Steven have a lot in common. So although being raised by Greg has direct influence on Steven, I think some cracks will always shine through. Now, I'm not sure if Steven would have a gem weapon, as we haven't seen Yellow Diamond, Blue Diamond, or White Diamond have a gem weapon. So until those arise in the series proper, let's just work with what they gave us. Starting things off with Blue Diamond. Now, if I had to take a wild guess, I would assume Blue Steven is the most popular Diamond AU, solely due to Blue Diamond and Greg's interactions in the episode Steven's Dream. Greg being a diamond hopper becoming a huge fad in the fandom. And of course, the Crewniverse is already aware of it, planting a quick joke that calls back to the event and reunited.
Guess it's time to work the old universe charm.
No!
So I'd like to believe in this universe, Blue Diamond would fall in love with Greg after fighting humans and their abilities to empathize appealing. Let's say the Earth wasn't given a Pink Diamond, or that Blue was present on the planet more frequently before Pink Diamond created the persona of Rose Quartz. Blue encountering humans much earlier and actually being able to carry a conversation with them, causing her to be the one to develop cold feet. But do you guys think Blue Diamond would go as far as developing an alter ego and waging a war on herself? If this is an AU where the only thing we're substituting is Pink Diamond with Blue Diamond, then I assume it would go down like that, or at least a similar path. It's just hard to imagine Blue Diamond in that situation. Although she did stand up for Steven and turn on Yellow and change her mind, so I guess the idea isn't that far-fetched. Also, I should probably mention now, since Pink Diamond is smaller than the other diamonds, I like to imagine that if Steven did have a different diamond mom, he, as a result, would be taller. Not saying he'd be full-blown gem size, but I don't think we would need a 2-year time skip for him to have a neck. Now, Steven's already an emotional being, but it takes a lot to truly upset the Steven we know. I imagine being the son of Blue Diamond would make Steven a lot more susceptible to the emotional breakdowns he often powers through in the series proper. I also think Steven would also just be a lot more cynical while still retaining his kind heart. A great example of this would likely be Together Alone, and Steven's soured mood after White Diamond bailed on the ball. Driven by good intentions, but if he's caught in a rut, it's not an easy one to get out of. It's still possible, especially with good company, so I imagine Steven and Connie may actually be a lot closer as a result. When it comes to Steven's hobbies, I don't know if he would still have the ukulele. Maybe he would turn to a different instrument, like the violin or harp. I don't know, I can see Steven rocking a cello. Perhaps he would have a bigger focus on the piano, which we already know he can play, but that ukulele is still an instrument of choice. Here it would be piano full-time with maybe ukulele and guitar on the side. And hey, as the son of Blue Diamond, I would love to see Steven play an organ, solely for fun. That's his favorite pastime. I'm not sure Steven would be as social as he is now. I imagine instead of always being out and on the go, he would probably go for low-key plans. Like, hey, let's just stay home and play video games and watch some movies. Which we see Steven does do from time to time in the series, but he also really values establishing relationships with everybody around him. Something I don't think Blue Diamond Steven would do. Now, although Connie would help Blue Steven open up, I think his relationship with the Crystal Gems may actually improve, at least develop faster than it did with our Steven, because of one sole reason. Steven would have pathokinesis. We saw how powerful and downright annoying this ability can be through everyone's contact with Blue Diamond. Now put into perspective how often babies cry, and how much more Steven would cry throughout the events of the series. If Steven was throwing up walls of aura every tantrum as a toddler, up until the beginning of the series, the gems would be forced to have a good cry until Steven could be calmed down. And I think naturally they would communicate with each other a lot more than they did with the Steven that that we have. Like, just the nature of Blue Steven would definitely cause Amethyst to lash out, which would evolve into her talking out her feelings. Crying Steven's pathokinesis may just be too strong for Garnet to stay together all the time, causing her to inevitably split apart and lead to Steven meeting Ruby and Sapphire much earlier. And for Pearl, wait, how does Pearl work in this AU? Oh my god! We wouldn't have Pearl, we would have Blue Pearl! God bless fanfiction. Now, unfortunately for any adversaries, Steven's pathokinesis would make a lot of conflicts in the series a breeze. With this and the rest of Blue Diamond's arsenal, like her beams of energy, could any opponent even stand in the way of Steven? I guess Steven would still want to help gems like Lapis, so that wouldn't change all too much, but I'm not sure the events of the return and jailbreak would even play out the same. Steven could immobilize Jasper before she could even poof Garnet or headbutt him into space. Something I do find interesting about all these AUs, however, is that since Pink Diamond is still around, she would likely have more colonies. However, I don't think she would be evil or anything. She would definitely be Morning Blue, but also be the most approachable diamond for Steven in the Crystal Gems. And by extension, her Pearl, or our Pearl, and befriend them. They would have a diamond on the inside, just as long as the other diamonds don't find out. Shifting gears from that, let's take a look at Yellow Steven. If Steven's mother was Yellow Diamond, oh, the possibilities. Now, honestly, I'm probably the most excited about this one. And how could I not be? Look at Yellow Diamond. Could you imagine if Steven had some of these traits? Now, in Yellow's situation where she was on Earth and interacting with humans for whatever reason, I think she would be smitten by any aggressive, tough nature humans display. I think Yellow would see humans as natural-born warriors. Beings that are able to adapt to any environment. Beings that are very resourceful and can think quick on their feet. Eventually, we get an alternate retelling of the Gem War. Yellow, assuming a new identity, eventually meets Greg, and before we know it, we have a brand new Steven. Now, I imagine Yellow Steven would probably be the coolest Steven. I definitely think he would be a lot more daring, definitely more extroverted. He'd have a bit of a temper, but his heart would always be in the right place. Much like Yellow Diamond, I don't think this Steven would be too keen to open up. Like, you would really have to pry his feelings out of him, which isn't too different from the Steven that we know, as he does, or at least did in the first 5 seasons, have a tendency to bottle things up and then just explode. And I can see that sticking for much longer with Yellow Steven. This doesn't mean he would be antisocial like Blue Steven. Again, he would be very outgoing, but as soon as the talk gets really deep, he's out of there, he doesn't want to hear it. Now, hear me out, I think Yellow Steven would actually go to school. Yeah, I can definitely see him in the same building as Lars, Sadie, the cool kids, just obviously in a lower grade. Reason being for this, with Yellow Diamond being Steven's mother, even if she's gone, I think Steven would still have a knack to be athletic, to join and partake in sports. He would have a desire for competition, to really put himself out there and always push his body to the limit. Now, obviously, as a half-human, half-gem, Steven would eventually grow to have strong advantages over the rest of his teammates and opponents, but I believe he would definitely keep things fair. Maybe instead of pushing himself to the limit, holding himself back if he needs to. Just as long as it's good sport. And I'm talking everything. Steven would be on the basketball team, the softball team. He'd probably be the football quarterback. I think he would still meet Connie in Beach City and still be good friends with her, but I'm not sure if they would be as close as they are now. At least not immediately. And in terms of combat, much like Blue Diamond, I don't think there would be much conflict. Mainly because Steven can just shut that down whenever he wants. Peridot? Poof. Jasper? Poof. Aquamarine? Poof. Topaz? Poof. The other diamonds? Yeah, if Yellow Diamond herself couldn't even poof Blue Diamond, at least not immediately, I think Steven would still have a good struggle. But catching corrupted gems? I don't think he would have much trouble. Now, although Steven wouldn't have a shield, I can definitely see him pulling a static shock. You know how Change Your Mind gave Peridot a trashlet she can fly on? I can see Steven doing the same, just submerging it in electricity so he can control and glide wherever he desires. Who needs floating powers? Now, when it actually comes to the diamonds and how their redemptions could differ, again, I think Steven could still easily befriend Pink. If some events do play out the same, like Reunited, I think Steven can still put up a way easier fight, but instead of Yellow and Blue, it would be Pink and Blue, so it may not even be that much competition in the first place unless Pink Diamond just really snaps in this universe. And if White even tries pulling out that gem, I'm sorry, she's probably toast. We already saw she's gone. But imagine Pink Steven with an actual Yellow Steven? Yeah, at least one person's going to walk out of that room with their gem in 2 pieces. Last but not least, let's look at White Diamond. How greatly would Steven change if his mother was the diamond of all? Well, first, I don't really believe the entire conflict in the series would have happened. I don't think there would be any variation of the Gem War, the corruption attack, any epic battles throughout space, and that's because White Diamond is the leader. And for her to even give human beings a shot, let alone fall in love with them, she would definitely have to change her mind way before Greg was even in existence. So White Steven? Oh wait, does that sound like racially insensitive? White Steven? Oh my god, did Yellow Steven? Oh god. A Steven whose mother is White Diamond would grow up in a peaceful world, like everything we see in the movie, with the Gemtown in Era 3, yada yada yada. That would have been a world Steven didn't earn, but was born into. White believes her purpose is to make everything better. So perhaps she would feel in order to truly make things better and bridge two worlds together, she would have to give up her physical form and give birth to Steven. That being said, I'm not entirely sure how White Steven would act. Like, we can't say he would be closed off and detached. White Diamond did behave that way, but that was prior to realizing her worldview was entirely messed up. Steven would be walking in the footsteps of a White Diamond who already came to that conclusion. Maybe like his late mother, Steven would be inclined to help other people, believing that his purpose is to make everything better, to help everyone he can. Perhaps Steven would be a bit more selfish, and during that period of his life where he's a bit more annoying and curious about the world, but he really doesn't like when things doesn't go his way, he could actually try to abuse his mind control power on other gems, and that could be an arc in itself. Learning, hey buddy, you gotta reach a compromise with people. You can't just zap them and make them do your bidding. Maybe this Steven would behave a bit more like Onion, but I think he would have to be really sheltered for that. A way to still give Steven a powerful arc, while also being a bit more relatable, is just making it so Steven finds it difficult to approach people. He wants to make things better, he wants to improve people's lives, but he's so eager that it's off-putting to others. Steven came to this party too? I gotta be sure to lock my doors. He may try to leave another care package. Alternate realities are always going to be a fun time to dig into. Love them, hate them, you can't deny that there's always going to be at least one interesting concept out there. And for me, that one interesting concept is, well, another member of the Authority falling in love with Greg. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. What do you think? Out of these three hypothetical Stevens, which one do you prefer the most? Heck, it can even be our own normal Steven, son of Pink Diamond. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for more of my own thoughts, you can find me at ARTWITHKODA. We're also on Instagram. Special thanks to ARTWITHKODA for creating an awesome thumbnail. For more of his wonderful art, you can find him on Tumblr and Instagram at ARTWITHKODA, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link down below in the description. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. ARTWITHKODA, signing out.